Yo, what is up guys, Tyrell here, aka the Light Skin Killer, and thank you very much for tuning into my review of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the PS Vita. Now I'm going to say this right off the back, this has to be the best port to date on the PS Vita. It looks just like the console version, plays just like the console version. This is the great example of a port and what other people should, well, other development teams should do if they do port over a game to the PS Vita. But is the game amazing? not really. But we'll get more into that later on. But don't take it that I don't like this game. I actually do enjoy playing this game a lot. But anyway, let's get started with this review. So first up we have is my feel of the game next to the gameplay, basically. It is a 3v3 mashup fighting game. Basically the characters from Marvel and Capcom basically clash to see who on top and shit like that. It is a very fast-paced, action-packed game. Sometimes there's so much going on the screen, you can do literally all three of your characters' hyper combos at once. But honestly, if you are familiar with this game, if you play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you really should know what to expect out of this game. It's classic Capcom to milk their game. But anyway, next up I would have to say is the fact that it actually is a lot of fun. I've played this with plenty of friends. My uncle is a mad fighting game fan. He has every fighting game on the sun, on the planet. I said on the sun, but anyway, he has every fighting game that I've basically known, and he basically whoops everyone's ass in it. But it's just so much fun of the goofy shit that we can pull off in the game. And other than that, it looks just like the console version, which is great, and I wish other games would do like Mortal Kombat, because that port was ass. Besides the gameplay, the graphics were poop. But anyway, let's move on to review. We have the story. Shocker. There is no story in this game. I'm not shitting you. There's only arcade mode. Sometimes in arcade mode there are little ending stories and stuff like that. There's like an ending comic strip that really ain't shit. And the fact that when you, it's some cliche supervillain, Galactus is gonna destroy the world and stuff like that and eat up the universe or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was stupid. And the fact that you actually get to play with this big son of a bitch if you beat it, which isn't a fucking reward at all. So, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and skip this section. This game has no fucking story. But anyway, next up we have is the graphics. I have to say this actually does look exactly like the console version. It has great frame rate while in game. The only drop in frame rate I would have to say is when Galactus rips open the screen or whatever, and like his where basically the loading screen is or whatever. But that's it. Other than that, the game is crystal clear and has amazing frame rate, and it looks just like the console version. So that is a great example of a port on the Vita. So next up we have what I dislike, which is a long list. First off, what I disliked was the fact that there was no story in the game. I played a lot of Tekken and Street Fighter. I don't play Street Fighter no more because Capcom keep milking that shit. But I do still rock with Tekken just because I've had a history with Tekken. I know Tekken's story like the back of my hand. I know so many characters up until 4 and 5. I know every background, everything. I didn't look this shit up. I just played the game and they explain it to you. I actually wanted to know the story in the game. Street Fighter, yeah, had a story, and Justice had a story, Mortal Kombat has a story, but guess what? This game doesn't, mainly because I think the game is only meant for fun, which I honestly think it is, but other than that, there's no story in the game, and I wish there was, just to give me a little bit more, kind of a drive to play this game a lot more, because once I actually started playing it, I quit for a while. But other than that, next up we have is just the same as Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, I do understand this is the Ultimate Edition or whatever. It's just Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. All they did was add 8 or 10 characters, I think. I'm really not sure. But they just added new characters, changed the HUD, gave certain characters buffs, gave certain characters nerfs. Like Wesker, they nerfed the shit out of him, which I'm glad they did because he was OP as hell. But other than that, that's all they added. And the fact that you get to play as Galactus at the end of the game when you beat it. Who wants to play as Galactus? I think you have to beat it on hard or the hardest difficult. I don't know. But either way, who wants to play as Galactus? It was literally the most boring thing I've ever done in any fighting game. Oh, I fight a team of 3 and I fight extremely slow and I'm powerful. I don't know. I just felt like it was just so stupid to me. But I guess that was, at first it sounded like a good idea, but it turned out to be a bad one. So, and then after that, it's just the fact that there's not enough game modes. They're just arcade mode in practice. That's it. And fighting people online between ranked and player matches, even though there's no fucking difference between ranked and player match. But other than that, that's it. That's all the things I hated. But other than that, I'm going to tell you some of the things I did like. I did like the fact that the gameplay was clean, it was fast-paced, and it had a lot of combo combinations. You can do combos that link into other combos, that link into your hyper, that links into other players' hypers, that link into other players' combos. There's just so many combinations that you can do in the game. It gives you a lot of leeway to do whatever the fuck you want. Not on that Injustice level where you can throw TVs at people and launch missiles at people and kick niggas through fucking buildings, but it's a typical 2D fighting game, and I'm not gonna lie, it really isn't being that innovative. I thought Injustice was a very innovative game, and I literally played no other fighting game where I could actually just throw shit at people and knock them through shit and change the entire level and stuff like that. I thought that was amazing, but I still had fun with this game. Don't get it twisted, I still had fun. But we have the final verdict. I would have to say this game has nice gameplay. It is an amazing port, and it is the best port to date because it looks like the console version and plays like the console version. But it's classic Capcom, recycling and milking the shit out of their games. So I would have to say this game, I would give it an 8 out of 10, just because of the fact that Capcom, y'all need to step it up. Quit milking this shit. I'm just sick of these milked ass games. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and tell me what you think in the comments section. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's it, guys. Tyrone be out.